All
Happy Money
right.
Make It Monday. Welcome, 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 everyone. It looks like we are live, ready to get the party started.
That's right.
I am super duper excited about today and today's topic, the Wealth Crusade. On
Mm-hmm.
so many different levels, people have versions of the Wealth Crusade, and and all of these cute trends about making money.
Mm-hmm.
But today I'm excited to get into what are we fighting for. Before I go any further, let me pause and introduce myself. For those of you all who are in our tribe and familiar with us, welcome back. And for those of you all who are stumbling upon this for the first time, welcome. My name is Quintaria Brunson. I am a financial strategist that is committed to making sure that entrepreneurs in my community thrive and succeed by using what we can call the four pillars of wealth. And that's having conversations and being at tables where decisions are made, leveraging asset protection, life insurance, and lifetime income, positioning real estate effectively, and most importantly for me, well, I'll say the forefront of what I do is teaching business owners how to scale their businesses to a point where they are truly leaving a legacy, and they're using their business for what it's designed to be, and that's an asset. My I have my partner here. I'll let her introduce herself, and then we're gonna get into the good information that we
Yes,
have for
yes.
you all today.
Love it, love it. Thank you, Quintaria. Welcome, guys. My name is Mercedes Coates. If you're here for the first time, I'm CEO and founder of Coatesway Financial. We're actually a full-scale financial services company where we show families and business owners how to protect their income and assets. We also show you how to create tax-free cash flow that you can use throughout your lifetime and also extend into retirement to create guarantees so that you can retire with dignity. Okay.
Mm.
So very glad to be here. You're going to learn a lot from us in today's topic. We're going to dive in, but first, we got to talk about our quote of the day.
Yes, yes. Today's quote comes from one of our forefathers. I guess he would be a forefather for the United States, but Benjamin Franklin. A great quote that he had was, "An investment in knowledge always pays best in interest. An investment in knowledge
Hmm.
always pays best in interest." So we're going to dig in today, and hopefully deposit some knowledge. We're gonna share some knowledge. We don't know what you all will take away, but I
Yep.
want to really dig into what are we fighting for. Like when we
Mhm.
say crusade and all, like I said, these trendy words and these I don't want to say trigger words, but words that just get people like, okay, wealth crusade, what do we mean by that? What are we really doing? What are we fighting for?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would say that the first thing is number one, it's all about legacy building. We want to put ourselves in a position where we can make decisions that are best for ourselves and our family. That we are strong pillars of our communities, right? I mean, that's the
Mm-hmm.
whole point of living and living our life. We're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. We're supposed to be building our community and working together and having control. So when we talk about wealth building, it's the ability to create income, and income doesn't have to be cash or Bitcoin, or income could be whatever the community establishes as wealth, right?
Yes.
So it's our ability to earn and use that income or that currency, to create the things that we're going to that we need to live a lifestyle of love and enjoy our lives and things like that. So for
I
me,
love that lifestyle of love, baby.
yes, that's the whole point. I mean, this says in the word, it says what we are to drink, be merry, and enjoy each other. That's the whole point of living our life, right?
Yeah,
So we have
yeah.
to get to the point where we're understanding what tools are going to allow us to do that, what mindset, just like you said about knowledge and interest. If you have the right knowledge and applied knowledge, which we talk about all the time, then you can position yourself to be in control to create that lifestyle that you want. And that's why we're teaching you guys these financial tools, these financial strategies, that you can put yourself in position to do just that.
Yeah. No, I'm all about legacy. Heck,
Mm-hmm.
legacy is in the title of everything that I do. Legacy
Yep.
is important to me personally. One another thing that I will say, when if someone were to say, like, why the wealth crusade, for me, it is closing the wealth gap. Like, in my community, in my community, I have just been exposed to and seen so many simple, not easy, but simple strategies that other communities were so well versed on, that
Mm-hmm.
my community, it wasn't talked about around my dining room table, or it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't talked about when I was in school. And for me, just to see huge disparities, intentional
Mm-hmm.
disparities, it put me on a commitment to say, I'm going to do all I can to close the wealth gap, to show my community wealth building strategies, because it shouldn't just be something for a select few, or it shouldn't be something that you have to have a certain type of privilege, or be born within a certain zip code in
Mm-hmm.
order to take advantage of these strategies. One of the things that I speak to often is the tax code. You know,
Yep.
I never wanted to believe that I was a nerd or a geek or whatever. But when I start talking about the tax code and start rolling out tax codes, and I'm like, okay, maybe, like, maybe, but one thing I will say, and I say this to people, one, to encourage them, but two, just to keep it all the way real, like, the United States may have done a lot of things that we disagree with. They may have some stuff going on now that you disagree with, but the tax code levels the playing ground for us all. The tax code and the ability to start businesses, to learn where to put assets, to learn what is tax free versus tax deferred, all of it's in black and white. It's in writing. It's no, so it is a mission for me to show the strategies that are already written, already proven.
Mm-hmm.
Communities are already
Mm-hmm.
winning using these strategies. So that is of the many reasons why I am committed to doing what I do. That I will say, legacy building first, because I
Mm-hmm.
think that is a way that we live forever, or at least the spirit, or our contributions while we're on earth
Yep.
can live
Yep.
forever, is through providing a legacy. And but then
Mm-hmm.
the next thing that, right after that, for me, is, like I said, closing this wealth gap, or at least giving people the knowledge and information so that
Yeah.
they can position themselves wherever they want to be. Because some people, I know we talk about the word a lot, but like, it even says that some people here, that like, some gonna do what they want to do,
Mm-hmm.
like, so I can't force people to build a legacy with the information that we share. I can't force them
Mm-hmm.
to look into asset protection, to take advantage of living benefits. But what I can do, and what I'm committed to do, is share that information with anyone who will listen, and to dig deeper with anyone who's willing to book that 15-minute consultation
That's
to
it.
learn
That's
more.
it.
So that is uh, the main two reasons why I am on this wealth crusade.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So I'll add something else as well. One of the reasons why I had always been curious about the difference between the average and ordinary person and the wealthiest individual. I always was like, well, why is there a difference? What is this gap? Growing up, growing up in DC, I used to see the license plate, and some of y'all might remember this. It says representation without taxation,
Mm,
and I'm like, no, taxation without representation.
representation.
And I used to be like, wait, what? I mean, growing up seeing that, growing up in DC, I was just kind of like, what do you mean? Like, this doesn't even sound right to me. So I've
Mm-hmm.
always been very curious about money. Um, but here's what I wanted to point out. One of the things that's super important to me is having control over my life. And I think people put themselves in a position where they lose that control. And I think it's very important for us to live a life by design and
Mm,
not by default.
yes.
Meaning, you can have control over your life, over your thoughts, over what you do, over where you position yourself. But you have to first identify, number one, where you want to be. What do
Yeah.
you want from your life? I think we talked about it on another Money Making Monday, and we talked about envisioning yourself 5 years, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. Where do you see yourself? So,
Mm-hmm.
as we are working with these concepts, these financial concepts, we are also teaching you how to protect yourself and position yourself for future growth. So,
Yeah.
having these conversations with us, working directly in these industries that can make your money work for you, to put you in position where you become the bank, where you don't have to go out and qualify based on your credit score.
Yeah.
You become the bank. Actually, I saw something yesterday, Quintaria, where it says the millennials, I don't, wait a minute, not millennials. What are the newest wave? I don't know what the newest wave is called of
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
They are the Gen Z and the one right before that, I guess Gen Y. They are the fastest growing wealth builders ever. This is
Yeah.
the fastest wave of wealth builders. Here's what they're going to need. They're going to need to know what to do with their money. So within our Wealth Crusade, we have financial professionals who can teach them in a way that they can understand it, ways to grow their money, position their money, and expand themselves and their legacy for the future. So this is our crusade. This is where we
Yeah.
come in and we teach us each other how to keep it, maintain it, and transfer it so that we don't have to keep starting over from generation to
Yes,
generation,
I
right?
speak to that heavily. I want to
Yes.
say two things that really struck me with what you were just saying. One, I want to point out, you said that you can like have autonomy for your
Yeah,
life and it's not
exactly.
even that we can. God already
That's how
said
you
you
designed
do.
it. Mm-hmm.
We do. So
Yep.
that for me is so important. It is because on so many levels, and I'll have to start a whole nother podcast to go deep into that, but on so many things, people just forfeit their rights,
Yep.
their God-given rights. People just give it up. And it's not that you can. Like, and I understand what you, but I wanna double down and say you do have the right to decide
Absolutely.
what your life will be. You
Absolutely.
do have the right. You were born with the right to decide who you want to be,
That's
what
right.
you want to do, how you want to
Mm-hmm.
live your life, and anything else, any institution, any person, any system, anything out there that makes you believe otherwise is a lie.
Yep.
Period. Point blank. You
Absolutely.
know any place that teaches you to work for money and not how money works for you, get away from it. Anything that
Exactly.
focuses on short-term profits and not and doesn't include long-term financial
Mm-hmm.
security, run away from it. Anything that doesn't emphasize wealth protection strategies, get away from it.
Yep.
We're looking for how to set up trust. We're looking for how to leverage insurance. We're looking for
Mm-hmm.
tax strategies. That is what it is all about. So don't forfeit your God-given rights and just allow someone else to take advantage. One
Yep.
thing that my grandmother used to say to me that still reigns so true is the most expensive, the most expensive thing about you can be your ignorance. Like your
Mm.
ignorance, your inability to advocate for yourself or to understand what's going on is
Mm-hmm.
profitable to someone else. And for me, going
Mm-hmm.
back to why I am on this wealth crusade and will be in this wealth crusade is because I refuse to sit around and allow my community to continue to be taken advantage of it as long as I can uh, give advice, give suggestions, and,
Mm-hmm.
and and really point people in a better direction that gives some of those things that I just aligned that we need to be listening for when people talk
Yes.
money and talk strategy and talk, just basic information, if it does not have sustainability, if it does not have protection, if it does not build you up, then we need to get away from it.
That's it. I love that. I love that. I mean, that's a great way to wrap it up, guys. Sustainability, protection, and growth and transfer and wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. Guys, listen. Quintaria is dropping gems. I'm dropping gems. Listen, this is
Mm-hmm.
what we do every Money Making Monday.
Yes,
And of
every
course,
Monday.
if you want to see us more, book a 15-minute consultation to find out how your life can be designed. As we're going to help you, of course, but first think about it, believe it, and know that you are chosen to prosper, right?
Yes,
You are chosen to be the head and not the tail. So, be conscious of those things, understand some of the things that we're putting out there, and start to think about positioning yourself properly, right?
yeah.
So guys, this has been wonderful.
It has. It has.
Follow
I
us
just want
on
to close with we share why we are in the crusade. You
yes,
consider why what are you fighting
exactly.
for? And
Exactly.
in that, like Mercedes said, book a consultation because we would
Yeah.
love to hear
Mm.
what your wealth crusade is. What
Yeah.
are you fighting for? What is important for you? And if we can build strategies around that to protect that and enhance that, we both are super excited to do just that.
Yep. Follow us on IG, follow us on Facebook, find
Yeah,
us, follow us, guys.
YouTube. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Find
This
us,
is
follow us, connect with us. Our
that's it.
information is everywhere. And thank you so much, Mercedes, for another wonderful Money
Thank
Making
you.
Mondays. Thank you, Tribe. You all go and be great. And like Mercedes and I will do the same. See you
That's
all
right.
soon.
Bye, guys.